Yo guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be doing a FIFA 17 experiment. What if Gareth Bale didn't leave Spurs? We have got rid of a couple of players, Eriksen and Lamela, because with the money Spurs got for Bale, they went on a bit of a spending spree and signed about 6 or 7 players, and Eriksen and Lamela are the only ones remaining. So we got rid of them because they might not have been there without the sale of Gareth Bale. So we got Gareth Bale up top with Harry Kane, and I have included Champions Cup in the first season. So let's go ahead and sim the season and see how Spurs get on with Bale back in their squad. Right, so season 1 has finished. As you can see, they made it to the FA Cup final against Southampton. No Champions Cup final, which is obviously a shame. 63 manager rating, which isn't what you want to see at the end of the season, but a top 4 finish, 17 wins, 14 draws, 7 defeats, 13 points behind league champions Arsenal. Even though they've been going for the title over the last couple seasons, in real life it's still respectable, finishing inside the top 4. They're going for Champions Cup football next season. Let's take a look at Gareth Bale's stats in all competitions. EFL Cup, 6 appearances, 6 goals, 1 assist, 13 goals, 5 assists in 30 league appearances. You expect him to do a little bit better than that, especially goal-wise. 6 appearances in the Champions Cup, 3 goals. EuroLeague, 4 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist. And look at the FA Cup, 7 appearances, 7 goals, 3 assists. The only bad thing about those stats is probably the Premier League, 13 goals in 30 appearances. You know he can do better than that. Let's take a look at how the other competitions planned out. They won the FA Cup 3-0 against Southampton. The EFL Cup, they actually won that as well, 4-3 on penalties against Burnley. The Champions Cup, they got knocked out in the group stage, so I'm not even going to bother looking at that. Fenerbahce won the EuroLeague 4-3 on penalties. Where did they finish in the EuroLeague? Not the semi-finals, not the quarter-finals. So they got knocked out around the 16th stage against the champions Fenerbahce, 2-2 in the first leg and 1-1 away from home. So European football they weren't competitive enough. Premier League top 4 finish, FA Cup win, EFL Cup win as well. Let's go into season 2 and see if they can do even better. Right, so season 2 has finished now. Let's see if they've done any better in the Premier League. Can they finish higher than 3rd? No, they can't. Arsenal won the title again, having an even better season. 22 points clear of us this time. Last time I think it was 13 points. That is absolutely ridiculous. Another top 4 finish. Bournemouth finishing in top 4 as well. That is ridiculous. But 3rd place again, 18 wins, 10 draws, 10 defeats, 64 points, 4 points away from 2nd place. Let's take a look at Gareth Bale's stats again for the season, see if he'd done any better than last season. 29 appearances in the league, 7 goals, 2 assists. That is absolutely ridiculous. They obviously done a little bit better in the Champions Cup as well. 9 appearances this time, 4 goals, 3 EFL Cup appearances, no goals, no assists, and 1 Community Shield appearance. Of course, it's only 1 game, no goals whatsoever in that. Let's take a look at the fixtures, see how these competitions planned out. The Community Shield, they lost to Arsenal 1-0. The FA Cup, the final is Manchester United, Liverpool. Where did they end up? Not in round 5, not in round 4. Jesus Christ, what is going on? They got knocked out in round 3, I'm guessing, at home to Liverpool 2-1. That is ridiculous. The EFL Cup, Leicester City won it against Swansea. Where did they finish up in that? Not in the semi-finals. The quarter-finals got beat by Burnley 1-0. That is ridiculous. Right, the Champions Cup, they done a little bit better in that. The final was Liverpool versus Lazio. That's a different kind of final for the Champions League. They got beat in the quarterfinals by Atletico Madrid. It's okay. I mean, you don't expect Spurs to do amazing in the Champions Cup. That is respectable, to be honest. The quarterfinals getting beat by Atletico Madrid, 2-1 at home in the first leg and then 1-1 away in the second leg. It's okay. I mean, 3rd in the league again. It's obviously not great. We're going to do a season 3. It's going to be the final season. Hopefully they can do a little bit better in the Champions Cup, and let's see if they can actually win the Premier League title. So the 3rd and final season has finished. The one question is that the Champions Cup semi-finals or is that the EuroLeague semi-finals? It's the EuroLeague semi-finals. They got beat by Leverkusen 4-1 on aggregate. So yet again they didn't make it out the Champions Cup group stage, but did they finally win the Premier League title? Yes, they did. 61 manager reign, which is not great, but they still went on and won the Premier League title on goal difference, 72 points apiece with Chelsea. Finally, they beat Arsenal to the title. Arsenal smashed it in season 1 and completely smashed it in season 2. But look at Sunderland finishing in the top 4. That is ridiculous. 2 points ahead of Man United. But they finally win the Premier League title. Let's go into the squad report and see how Gareth Bale done for the season. Dembele is injured. Let's see how he done for this season. Didn't have a great season 2. He's had probably an even worse season 3. 3 EFL Cup appearances, 1 goal, 17 appearances in the Premier League, 4 goals, 8 assists. No appearances in the Champions Cup. 6 appearances in the EuroLeague, 2 goals, 1 assist. 2 goals, 2 assists in 4 FA Cup appearances. And he's actually going down. That is ridiculous by quite a lot as well. Look at the physical stats. He's only 29 years old. I don't think even a serious injury would do that, because I've had injuries on FIFA before and it's actually caused stats to actually decrease no matter what age the player is. But even a serious injury wouldn't have done that. That's a bit strange. He's only 29 years old. But let's see how the other competitions planned out. Let's see how they done in the FA Cup, the EFL Cup. Here we go. The FA Cup, they got beat in the semi-finals 2-1 against Brighton. The EFL Cup, they won it again, just like they did in Season 1 against Burnley, but they won it this time in normal time, 3-0. Champions Cup obviously didn't make it out the group stage. The semi-finals obviously got beat by Leverkusen 4-1 on aggregate. That wraps up this FIFA 17 experiment. Season 1 was okay. They won the FA Cup, top 4 finish. FA Cup win, EFL Cup win, not great in European football. Season 2, not great. But Season 3, they win the EFL Cup and the Premier League title and got through to the semi-finals of the EuroLeague. So overall, and Gareth Bale didn't have a great Season 2 and didn't have a great Season 3, to be honest. And look at the bottom right, Son, 22 goals in the Premier League, and Dele Alli, 14 goals. That is very, very solid. But that wraps up this FIFA 17 experiment. They finally won the Premier League title with Gareth Bale, even though he didn't have a great couple of seasons. Had a very good Season 1 overall in every competitions, as you saw. But that wraps it up, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this kind of new thing that I hope to bring on a regular basis, FIFA 17 experiments. If you've got any experiments you want to see, leave them down below, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video, guys. Have an amazing day. Peace.